In this video, we are going to see the third clustering method, that is density based clustering methods. That means clustering based on density, such as density connected points. So the major features of density based clustering method is discover cluster arbitrary shapes. So we had seen that if you are using any hierarchical clustering method or any partitioning clustering method, it will be mostly finding out the clusters in spherical shapes. So here in density based clustering methods, it is we can get the clusters of arbitrary shapes, and also within one scan we can get the clusters. And density based clusters can handle the noise in the data points. It can identify and can avoid the noise in the data points. So the density based clustering method is efficient in finding the clusters of arbitrary shapes. Also it prevent outliers or noise. So there are different types of density based clustering methods like dbScan, optics, denclu, click, etc. So before moving to the different types of clustering methods, we need to have certain parameters. We need to check certain parameters associated with density based clustering methods. The main two parameters are epsilon and minimum points. The two parameters are epsilon and minimum points, which is represented by min points. So epsilon is representing the maximum radius of the neighborhood, and minimum points is representing minimum number of points in an epsilon neighborhood of that point. So what is epsilon and what is minimum points will tell. If I'm taking up here, if I'm taking a particular point P, this is point P. So epsilon is the radius of the neighborhood. For example, if I'm taking epsilon as 1 centimeter, I can draw a circle of radius 1 centimeter as P as the center, right? So epsilon is the radius of the neighborhood. So if I'm taking this point, this particular point, then if epsilon is equal to 1 centimeter, I can draw a circle of radius 1 centimeter as this point as the center. Now what is minimum points? Minimum points is minimum number of points it's there in that particular neighborhood. If I'm taking the point P, and if I'm taking epsilon as 1 centimeter, I can draw a circle like this. I can draw a circle like this. And what are the points within that neighborhood? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So minimum points that should satisfy is 5. According to this example. So I can tell that a point is a core point if within the given epsilon radius, if it is having the minimum number of points. So I can say that a point is a core point if it is having minimum number of points within the given epsilon radius. So if I'm taking the point P, for example, if I'm taking the point P, and if I'm giving the condition like minimum points is equal to 5 and epsilon is equal to 1 centimeter, I can draw a circle of radius 1 centimeter, that is for the given epsilon value, and I can count the number of points within the neighborhood of P. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 points are there. So it is not satisfying the minimum points is equal to 5. So which indicates that it is not a core point. Now take another point Q. Suppose Q is, this is the point Q, and epsilon is equal to 1 centimeter. Again, Q as the center, I can draw the neighborhood of Q, that is this particular circle of 1 centimeter, and I can count the number of points within that neighborhood. It is greater than 5, which indicates that this is Q is a core point. Okay, so we are having mainly two parameters, that is density based clustering. Two parameters are there, one is epsilon and one is minimum points. Epsilon is the given radius of the neighborhood, and minimum points is minimum number of points that is required within that neighborhood, right? So another concept in density based clustering is directly density reachable. So what do you mean by directly density reachable? A point P is directly density reachable from a point Q with respect to the given epsilon and minimum points if P belongs to the neighborhood of Q, and also it is must be a core point. Then we can call it as a density reachable. So a point P is directly, you can listen the figure, if a point P is directly density reachable from Q, there are two conditions. One is Q must be a core point, and another one is P must be within the neighborhood of Q. Okay, so I can tell that, for example, P, whether P is directly reachable from Q. Whether P is directly reachable from Q, there are two conditions. One is whether Q is a core point. How to check whether Q is a core point? Within the given epsilon radius, that is in this neighborhood, it should have minimum 5 points. So minimum points is satisfying. So Q is a core point. So this condition is satisfying. Next one is whether P is within the range of Q. Whether P is within the neighborhood of Q. Yes, P is within the neighborhood of Q. So we can tell that P is directly density reachable from Q. P is directly density reachable from Q because Q is a core point and also P is within the range of Q. Now whether we can check that whether Q is directly density reachable from P. Q is the reverse case, whether Q is directly density reachable from P. So to do that, first condition is P must be a core point. So need to check that whether P is a core point. So to check that whether P is a core point within that given epsilon radius, P must have the minimum number of points. So it is not satisfying. That means P is not a dense. P is not a core point. That is not satisfying. Now, whether within the density reachability of P, Q is there? No. Q is outside of that P neighborhood. So Q is not directly density reachable from P, but P is directly density reachable from Q. So these are the parameters associated, some of the parameters associated with the density based clustering. Epsilon and minimum points and directly density reachable. We'll see the other parameters also. So we are telling about density reachable. Now this is directly density reachable. Next is whether it is density reachable, not directly density reachable, whether it is density reachable. So a point P is density reachable from a point Q with respect to the given epsilon and minimum points if there is a chain of points P1 to Pn where P1 is equal to Q and P1 is equal to P such that Pi plus 1 is directly density reachable from Pi. So here it is directly density reachable. That means that the term directly is important because within that particular range, within that given epsilon, that point must be there as well as this point must be a core point. Here it is density reachable. So instead of directly density reachable, if we can make a chain, if we can make a chain of points, starting from P to Q, if we can make a chain of points starting from P to Q or Q to P, so that Q is reachable through that particular points, then it is density reachable. So in this example, we can see that Q, right? Whether first we need to check whether Q is a core point or not. So the, within epsilon is equal to 1 centimeter, we can draw a circle like this. Within that Q neighborhood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points are there. That means Q is a core point. So first condition is satisfied. Second condition, whether it is reachable, whether P is reachable from Q. For that, instead of checking directly density reachable, we can check with a chain. So if I'm checking from this one, from Q, P1 is directly density reachable, right? Q is a core point and also P1 is within the epsilon neighborhood of Q. So P1 is directly density reachable from Q. Now from P1 to P. So if I'm checking P1 is again, if I'm checking P1 from P1 to P, again it is directly density reachable. So if I'm drawing for P1 a particular circle, P1 will become a core point and P is within the density reachable area of P1. So from P1 to P, it is directly density reachable. So I can tell that Q, then P is density reachable from Q, not directly density reachable from Q. P is density reachable from Q. So that is the difference between directly density reachable and density reachable. In the case of density reachable, it is like if we can make a chain of points, then it is density reachable. So from Q to P1, we can have a density reachable. From P1 to P, again it is a density reachable. So we can tell that it is from Q to P, from Q to P, again it is density reachable. So we had seen what is directly density reachable and what is density reachable. Now another one is density connected. So a point P is density connected to a point Q with respect to epsilon and minimum points if there is a point O such that both P and Q are density reachable from O. So if I'm taking another point O, okay, this point I can tell that whether P is, this is the point P, density connected to point Q. So to get that, if I have a point O, P and Q are density reachable from O with respect to epsilon and minimum points. Yes. So O is density reachable from P through this point, and from this point O and P is density reachable, not directly density reachable, density reachable. So from O and Q again through this point it is density reachable. So then we can tell that P and Q is density connected. Okay. So there are three definitions. One is directly density reachable. To become it is a directly density reachable, that point must be a core point and this point must come within the neighborhood of that point. If it is density reachable, then through in between through a chain of points, if it is reachable, then we can call it as density reachable. Now density connected is if there is a point O that is density reachable from this point and this point, then I can tell that P and Q are density connected. So these are the terms related to density based clustering method. Now we will see one of the most famous uh, density based method, that is DB scan, density based clustering based on connected regions with high density, with high density. So we'll see DB scan. DB scan stands for densities based spatial clustering of applications with noise. So what is DB scan? We'll see. So DB scan relies on a density based notion of cluster. A cluster is defined as a maximal set of density connected points. So as the name indicate, it is density based spatial clustering of application with noise. It will be able to find out the noise within that particular data points. So you can see in the figure, suppose I'm taking epsilon as 1 centimeter and minimum points as 5. So if I'm taking this point, I can draw a circle. This is the neighborhood of this point. Then how many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points are there. So I can call it as a core point. Now if I'm taking this point, if I'm drawing another circle, no, it's not a core point. So what was the condition? A point to become a core point. To become a core point within the given epsilon neighborhood, it should satisfy the minimum number of points. Now take this particular point. If for this epsilon I can draw this particular circle, right? Now whether it is satisfying minimum number of points? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, only 3 points are there within that particular neighborhood. So it is not satisfying the minimum number of points. So what we can do is, in this point we can call it as a border point, not as a core point. It is not satisfying the minimum number of points, so we can tell that it is not a core point, but it is, so we cannot call it as a core point, but instead of that we can call it as a border point. So what is the condition that a point is becoming a border point? The condition for a point to become a border point is it should be uh, it should be within the range of a core point. Then we can call it as a border point, right? If we are constructing, if we are taking a particular point, that point must be within the range of a core point, then we can call it as a border point. For example, if I'm taking a particular point, for example, if I'm taking this point, and if I'm drawing a circle, an epsilon circle with 1 centimeter radius, if I'm drawing a circle, so it is coming, it is not a core point because it cannot satisfy minimum number of points, but still it will be within the neighborhood of a core point. If it is a neighborhood of a core point, then we can call it as a border point. Now look into this particular point. It is not a core point and it is not within the neighborhood of any of the core point. Then it is called as an outlier, or it is called as a noise. So such a kind of noise can be identified in the DB scan methods, and we can avoid that particular that particular data points. Okay, so hope that you understood the difference between core point and border point. Core point means within that epsilon neighborhood, it must have a minimum number of points. Border point means if it doesn't have minimum number of points, it is not a core point, but still if it is in the neighborhood of a core point, we can call it as a border point. Now, what is an outlier or noise? If I'm taking a particular point, if it is not a border point, or if it is not a core point, then we can call it as an outlier or noise. So that is what DB scan method will be able to identify the different outlier points. Now we'll look into the algorithm of DB scan. So in the case of DB scan, we can take arbitrary select any point, okay, retrieve all points that is density reachable from P with respect to epsilon and minimum points. And what was density reachable? If what was density reachable? Suppose from point P to, whether a point P is density reachable from Q, if we can make a chain of points, right? If we can make a chain of points from Q to P through directly density reachable points, then we can tell that P is directly P is density reachable from Q. So like that, from select any point P and make the density reachable points. Retrieve all the points that is density reachable from P. If P is a core point, a cluster is formed. If P is a border point, no points are density reachable from P and DBs can visit the next point of the database. Continue the process until all the points have been processed. So that is what is happening in the case of DB scan algorithm. So if I'm taking the case of a DB scan, I'll take this particular point, right? And I'll take all the density reachable points from this point. Collect all the, listen, this is the point that we are taking, initial point. Collect all the density reachable points from this particular point and check that whether this point is a core point. If it is not a core point, if it is a border point, we'll move into the next point and we'll collect all the, retrieve all the density reachable points from this particular point. Now again, if it is not a core point, we'll move into the other point and we will make the will retrieve all the density reachable point, and if it is a core point, we will make it as a cluster, right? If it is a noise or outlier, we will avoid it. Other, if it is a border point, we will move to the next point and we will check for the density reachable points and we'll make the cluster. This is the working of DB scan. Now we will move to the next density based method, that is optics. Optics is a cluster ordering method. Optics stands for ordering points to identify the clustering structures. So we had seen that the DB scan, to work for the DB scan, it requires minimum points and we need to give the epsilon also. Epsilon needs to be given what is the minimum radius. Also we need to give the minimum number of points required. So if you are giving minimum number of points required and epsilon, it encumbers users with the responsibility of selecting parameter values that will lead to the discovery of acceptable clusters. This is a problem associated with many of the clustering algorithm because the user need to give the parameters such as epsilon and minimum number of points. So what is happening in the case of to overcome such a difficulty, using we are using optics. Optics does not explicitly produce a dataset clustering. Instead of, it outputs a cluster ordering. This is a linear list of all the objects under the analysis and represents the density based clustering structure of the data. So what we are doing is, in the case of optics, we will give that, what is that, we will give that core distance. One term that is associated with optics is core distance. So core distance of an object P is the smallest epsilon value which makes P as a core object. So what we are doing is, in the previous case DB scan and all, we used it to give the epsilon also and minimum points also. Here we will give only the minimum number of points. We will not give, in optics we will not give any minimum distance, or will not give the epsilon value. Instead of that, we are going to find out the core distance. Instead of that, we will find out the core distance. So core distance of an object P is the smallest epsilon value which makes P as a core point. If P is not a core object, then the core distance of P will be undefined. So we can see that, suppose we are telling like this is one point, right? And we are telling the minimum number of points is equal to 5. Minimum number of points that is required is equal to 5. So from this point, we'll take a small distance, this one, and we will draw a small circle here and check that whether it is satisfying minimum number of points. No, it is not satisfying minimum number of points. Then we will increment the distance and we'll take another circle and check that whether it is satisfying minimum points. No. Then again we will increase the circle until we will get that minimum number of points. So that distance is known as core distance. That is minimum epsilon distance, so that a point is going to become a core point. So we are not giving epsilon as an input. Instead of that, with the concept of minimum number of points, we will keep on finding the keep on checking and finding the what is the minimum epsilon value required so that a point is going to become a core point. So that is known as core distance, right? Another one is another concept related to optics is reachability distance. So what do you mean by reachability distance? So you can see here, this is the point here. If I wanted to calculate the distance between 2 points, here I'm taking it as P1 and another point is P2. So I wanted to calculate what is the reachability distance. Reachability distance is the maximum of core distance and actual distance between those 2 points. The actual distance between those 2 points can be calculated using Euclidean distance. So if I wanted to say that whether it is reachability distance, it is the maximum distance maximum between the core distance as well as the distance between those 2 points. For example, if I'm taking this is the point O, right, and this is the core distance and this is the actual distance between those 2 points. So the reachability distance is, if this is maximum, then this is the reachability distance. If this is maximum, then that will be the reachability distance. So actually optics produces a special order of the database with respect to density based clustering structure. The cluster ordering contains information equivalent to the density based clustering corresponding to a broad range of parameter settings. So this can be represented graphically or using any kind of visualization techniques.